Hi everybody, welcome to Valley Views, what you see and what you hear in the Coachella Valley. There is so much to hear and see today, I can't even begin to tell you. We are going to talk about, I love the name of this group. It's the Desert Guild of Big Hearts for Little Hearts. And I can't wait to hear how that name came about. We have Mardell Brandt with us, Kathleen Venturi, and Jeannie Mace. I can't also tell you that Frankie Farino is going to be here to talk about so many wonderful things happening in his life and maybe Broadway. Tina Marks and Allison Elsner will be here. She does a great, great show. We have had just the most wonderful month. I mean, here we are already, the 24th of January. It's hard to believe, but I hope you haven't broken all your resolutions and hope you can sit back, relax, and enjoy Valley Views. We'll be right back.
His name is Paul Rodgers. His songs are rock anthems. Now in a rare solo appearance, Saturday, February 14th, the Spotlight 29 Casino Showroom. The voice that rocks the planet, Paul Rodgers. Buy tickets now at the casino box office or spotlight29.com. Live the rock and roll fantasy with Paul Rodgers.
Absolutely the greatest name I've heard lately. Big Hearts for Little Hearts. And of course I've heard it before, but the Desert Guild has some exciting events coming up we're going to talk about. But first, in the first position, I would like to have a little bit of the history, and I can ask the first president, why Mardell? This name, where did you get it? Where did it come from?
Well, there is a guild at Loma Linda for the Loma Linda University Children's Hospital, and that's the Loma Linda Guild. We live here in the desert, so we named ourselves the Desert Guild. Big Hearts for Little Hearts.
I love
Desert
it.
Guild. Thank you. We like it too.
I just think it's so special. You have some events this year, but tell us what the mission of the Desert Group is.
All right. Now, our guild was formed a little over 12 years ago, going on 13 years. And the purpose of the guild is to raise money and awareness for Loma Linda University Children's Hospital. When we formed, we found out that 30 to 40% of the children from the pediatric intensive care unit were from Coachella Valley. And that is a tremendous statistic. So we had a responsibility on our hands to form a guild. And it's been wonderful. I want to tell you about Loma Linda University Children's Hospital because this is designated as a Level 1 trauma center for children in the Inland Empire. And we're part of the Inland Empire.
Right.
And so therefore, a Level 1 trauma center takes care of children with trauma, cancer, cardiac, NICU, and surgical procedures. So over the last 12 years, we've raised over $1.5 million.
Oh my goodness.
A lot of equipment and supplies, and we still have a big job ahead of us.
Bravo.
Well, and I want to tell you that each year we're all aware of this growth of younger families moving into our desert. So therefore, this is putting a little bit of a burden, or quite a burden, on Children's Hospital as well as other places. But we like the young people. We like the young people very much. But what happened is a statistic that I'm going to tell you that's very important. Just this past year, to show you the growth of some of the things that Loma Linda University Children's Hospital is doing, is that the past year, over 9,000 children were treated by Loma Linda University Children's Hospital. And these were children that reside here in our Coachella Valley. So we have quite a future and to start up. We have more things to do, and I'm just pleased to be here. We really appreciate you taking this time.
Oh my goodness. I have friends who had a grandson who Loma Linda has been amazing. So I know. And what's the big luncheon is coming?
We
What's the
have
date?
a big luncheon on February the 11th, which is pretty neat because that's right before Valentine's Day. So how about big hearts for little hearts for Valentine's
Oh
Day?
my goodness. Oh.
But anyway, we do. It's a great lunch, and it's going to be held at the Esmeralda Renaissance, February the 11th. I do have a phone number. Maybe
Yeah,
I
that's
should
a
give
good one
that
to put up,
phone
yeah.
number is 760-413-4469 for anyone that wants tickets.
Perfect.
Information. We have a wonderful boutique with
Ooh.
over 20 vendors that have fabulous knits, whatever, purses, just about everything, huh, Gail?
That's true.
And we have,
I like your jewelry.
oh, well, that was my husband's idea.
No, I'm talking about your cross.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, anyway, yeah,
Maybe we
just-
could have this.
You sure can, yeah.
Because we can use this.
You can sure
We
use
can put that
that.
up. Okay, and the endowment is, I mean,
the
so
endowment.
so important.
The endowment dinner will be coming up February 24th. 5 o'clock reception, 6 o'clock dinner, 7 o'clock there will be a short program and a great live auction.
Oh boy.
And I want to mention the opportunity drawing that we have at the luncheon because I'm chairing it this year. And we have great things, purses, I mean, everything you can imagine. It's a beautiful opportunity.
Who's your
drawing.
auctioneer?
It's not an auctioneer for the opportunity
Oh, it's
drawing.
live.
You just buy tickets and you walk around and you put them in
See,
little
and I love
containers.
that kind. Yeah, that's the best.
But in terms of the endowment, this is the first endowed chair that Loma Linda University Children's Hospital will have ever experienced. So we're very excited about it. Lou and I became very involved with the hospital quite a while ago and find it the most compassionate and caring
And that's so
and
important.
loving environment you can imagine, no matter what unit you visit. It's the same care and compassion from all of the staff,
Wow.
all of them. We are funding the endowed chair personally because we're hoping that others will do the same. We want to get it off to a really good start
Wow.
because it's so exciting.
Bless you.
And this chair will furnish funding for research and development, which means that physicians there will be on the front edge of everything happening, treatments and new technologies, and it's a very exciting thing.
Yes, it is. I have chills.
Yes, it's very exciting.
I mean, really and truly. And
we're really, really looking forward to the dinner, and we are really hoping that everybody who can possibly attend will attend.
well, we're going to put this information up.
Good.
And hope you have just continued great success. I mean,
Well, we
it
had
sounds like
over
what you're
300
doing.
last year, so we're hoping to top that this year by quite a bit.
Well,
if
you're
we
all
can.
three amazing.
Oh,
what can I
you're
say?
so sweet. Thank you.
Truly, truly. All the best to you.
Thank you, Patty. Thank
Yeah.
you for having us.
No, I'm so happy. Come back anytime.
Okay.
And Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Valley Views will be right back.
Desert Lexus wants to make 2015 the year you drive a new Lexus. That includes the exciting new 2015 NX crossover SUV or the performance-minded 2015 RC and RCF Coupe. Add our inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles, high level of customer service, and convenient Saturday service hours, and 2015 looks like the perfect year to drive a Lexus, making the most of every moment. Desert Lexus in the Cathedral City Auto Center or online at desertlexus.com.
To you, it's just a lamp no one uses anymore. But when you donate it or any item to Angel View, we'll use the proceeds to help some severely disabled young people. Angel View, because we can all use an angel in our lives, once in a while.
Being with Frank Farino is like there's a smile a minute, a giggle every other minute, and he can pick, or you can pick, any topic in the whole wide world, and he is so well versed, and it's always interesting and wonderful.
Nuclear physics.
And wonderful. Well, I can't do that.
Neither can I.
But first and foremost,
Yes.
so I want you to see a picture of Frankie when I met him.
There's something scary about that. There is some. My father passed away at 90 and had every hair he ever had on his head.
Well, I think it comes from the mother's
It does
father.
come from the mother's side.
That's
yes,
what I always
yes.
heard.
My brother and I he's a clone for me.
But tell what you say to students about
Well, yes, I show this to, I teach writing classes sometimes, and I will show this to young students and say, before you get too arrogant, this could be you. You know, it's coming. It is coming. So appreciate it while it's there and don't abuse it.
Okay, I have to talk about Marilyn. Please, please, tell me all the latest.
Well, Marilyn for the last has been the last 3 years of my life, thanks to the off-the-cuff comment of one Didier Bloch, who owns the Café des Beaux-Arts restaurant on
Didier.
El Paseo, who came to our table one night. My wife and I are having dinner, and out of the blue, he says, "You're a writer, no?" "I'm a writer, yes. I have this idea." And that one-liner triggered 3 years of my life, because the idea that he had, which was written, by the way, he shows me a folder, was one page, a couple of paragraphs. The title said The Diary of Norma Jean, but the rest of it was in French. Now, I can fake French, it's the best of them, but I cannot read French. So he said, all right, I have it translated. A couple of weeks later, he has it translated. To make a long story short, what was on that page was the single most unique idea I had seen, maybe ever, regarding Marilyn Monroe, not only how she died, but connected to the Kennedys. It was so bizarre and yet so plausible all at the same time. I said, what do you want to do with this? You're the writer, what do you think? I said, I think it's a play. Then write it. And I wouldn't do it because that's not what I did. I was television writer. I was a hack writer,
Right.
I did the soaps. But he persisted and he persisted. And a friend of mine said, do it.
Why not?
What's the worst could happen? You don't like it, you burn it. So I wrote it. And after it was written, the writer's insecurity kicked in, and I thought, I'm not going to show this to anybody. And just on a dare, I called my friend, former client, Mitch Gershenfeld at the McCallum, and I said, would you do me a favor? I want you to read something. Tell me your honest opinion, and if you say burn it, it will be burned today. He called me back a week or two later, and he said, you need to show this to Joe Leonardo. Who is Joe Leonardo? I didn't know the name. Joe Leonardo, it turns out, is an established stage director who had done City of Angels here on stage, London, New York, Chicago. Major director, been around forever, and has a house here. So I called Joe Leonardo. We have coffee. I give him the script. He calls me a week later. He says, let's have coffee again. We have coffee. He says, I want to direct this. The next thing I know, we were trying to do it here in the desert and couldn't find a theater that would give us 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And that turned out to be a kind of a blessing in disguise, because Joe sent the script to the El Portal Theater in Los Angeles, and they said, we'd like to open our season with it.
Boy, oh boy.
And the next thing I know, we're on stage in Los Angeles, and rave reviews. It was the most bizarre thing I have ever been
That
involved
is
in.
awesome.
We were booked for 4 weeks. We ran 6. The reviews were terrific. And then the show closed, came here, and I got involved. And I don't know how far off you talk about going in 17 different directions. Right after the play closed, I got a phone call from a private detective that I had met in another world sometime before, who said, I'm working on a cold case, and it's just breaking, and there's going to be a book involved. Would you like to get involved and write it? Because I'm not a writer, and they're talking to me about it. We meet. The case was the Pinyon Pines murders,
Oh dear.
the triple murders up in Pinyon
Right.
Pines, the young girl, her
Yes.
mother. And I got totally involved in that, and we were going to do a book, and that was this past January. And what happened was, week after week, the grand jury indicts,
Right,
they're going to go to
followed the
trial,
whole
they're going to
thing.
go to trial, they're going to go to trial, they never went to trial, postpone.
Yep.
And as you well know, they ended up dropping charges, and the 2 guys were set free, and that kind of just fizzled. And so I then got involved with Mel Haber,
Oh yeah.
which is another whole story, and I started writing a novel. So it's been, my wife says, keeps you off the street.
And so And so Marilyn is just.
Marilyn is now in a kind of a limbo. We got a phone call from, I don't know if you know David Bryant, he heads the Rancho Mirage Library.
Oh, sure.
And he said, we would love for you to be our first for-money fundraiser if you would do the reading of the play at the library. And we did that past December 19th.
It just killed me to miss that.
Well, you were missed. It was, and it was a wonderful evening. They expected about 200 people. They got about 350. They turned them away at the door. Everybody was thrilled. And it's breathed new life. We're now talking about doing something else.
Okay, I know because you know we've got a minute.
Absolutely.
I want to talk about this.
Okay. Safe House of the Desert. They are trying to take kids in crisis off the streets. And I got involved with them, with Mel Haber. There's a luncheon on January 27th. Hey, Mel.
Love you, Mel.
There's a luncheon fashion show on the 27th.
To Tuesday the 27th from noon to 2.
2 at Melvin's, and they can call Melvin's for reservations. It's tax-deductible tickets, and it goes to a great cause in trying to help these kids find themselves. We call them kids in crisis.
Yeah, and so many people don't get it. They
No,
don't
they
know.
don't.
They think kids in crisis means, they didn't do their
They
homework.
didn't do their homework. No, these are kids in some cases who are abused, who are sex trafficked, which is absolutely gut-wrenching.
That is the
11, 12 years old. It's frightening and
Horrible.
sad
Horrible.
in today's world in this country.
in today's world in this country.
Yeah.
That's the truest thing.
It is sad, but you do what you can. And so I've joined forces with them and with Mel in trying to do what you can. I mean, that's all you can do is try and help as you can. So we're trying to help.
I think you and Mel should write a book.
Oh, Lord, don't. I have enough trouble with him. I have enough trouble with him. And if he heard you, he'll say, Patty said we should. I like him, but not that much.
Okay. I love you always.
Thank you.
Always,
Thank
always.
you. It's great to see you.
Yeah, and you just get better and better.
Oh, yeah, bless you. Let's go out on this.
Be like that.
Ever wonder about what he's doing? How it all turned to lies?
I'm Bruce Valanche, and this is Charo, Etveridad, and we're here to talk about Michael Childers' One Night Only.
Hola, this year we'll be back to the 60s. On April 22 at the McCallum Theatre, this magnificent extravaganza will entertain everyone with over 20 famoso singers, from the Beatles to the Baccarat.
From Dylan to the Doors, Charo will light your fire. This show benefits Jewish Family Service, so call now, 760-340-ARTS.
Call now.
This ad sponsored by Flooring Innovation.
It's been a fabulous day, and to end this show with these two lovely ladies is just like a dream. On my far right is Allison Elsner, whom I've known for, as in ever. Yes?
Just about.
Yes.
Just about.
And
yeah.
Tina Marks, I haven't known as long, but I'll tell you one thing. She's an exciting person to know. And what we're going to be talking about, this is so timely.
Yeah.
Valley Views doesn't often get to talk about brand new things that nobody else knows about, but your new book is coming out.
Yes, next month. I just got it back from my editor yesterday, and I read through it. I blew through it in like 3 hours, and I think it's my best work yet.
Really?
Yes, it's my second book.
Yes.
And I don't claim to be a writer. I'm an informationalist, and it's kind of channeled through me, and then I hand it over to her, and she puts her magic and poetry and puts the words so beautifully together. And I feel like it's my tongue if I had the time and patience to put it all together. But I'm really, really excited about it.
But a dynamic duo works that way.
Yes.
Anyhow.
Yes.
And on your show, television show, was it connected? Is it
it's called, well, the first book that I wrote is called The Domino Effect, Fear versus Faith.
Yeah.
And the name of my show is The Domino Effect.
Right.
And this book refers a lot to the domino effect. It just keeps coming up and coming up because everything in life kind of goes that way. You know, the Domino Effect TV show was. I interview professionals who create a domino effect personally, professionally, financially, or environmentally, or all four.
Okay.
And so, and then this book, it shows that when you, again, fear and faith. I didn't mean to write about that, but it's really, we're always coming from one of those two places.
Wait, let me think. Fear or faith?
Faith,
Makes
yeah.
sense.
And in a relationship, this really shows up.
Uh-huh.
You know, because all of your old negative core beliefs come up, and what I call your abandoned self, the part of yourself that you don't really want anybody to see, shows up. So,
Oh, we don't have any of that, do we, guys? Yeah, right.
yeah.
Really.
So,
So great to have.
Well, yes, I'm so excited. I'm fortunate enough to be involved in doing some public relations for Tina,
Yes.
and it was just such a natural fit because, you know, when you're supporting someone and something, a cause, you really want to believe in it.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And it was immediate. I knew that this was the right thing to communicate to people, and it really helps improve and change people's lives for the better every single day. What she does, the message, it's about empowerment. In particular, you really address empowering women, and I think that's really important.
You know what? I couldn't agree more. And I have to tell you that I think it's nice when it's somebody that you really believe in, and so
Exactly.
you know that there's truth behind it, because sometimes not so much.
That's right, exactly. And you know, like we've all discussed, you really do have to be selective about who you are out there associating with and identifying yourself with. And
That's
it really
so
has
true.
to matter, I think. And
I
you
agree.
think.
I agree.
So we really.
But so give
Yeah.
us a little background, like where you came from.
well,
Where did you-
I grew up here.
here in the
Yes,
desert?
I grew up on Tamarask Golf Course.
No way.
Yes, I did. There was only 5 golf courses when I grew up down here. And so then
We sat at a luncheon one day, but I
Yeah.
never knew this.
yeah, no, we didn't get that much time to talk. And by the way, I loved your talk at the Women's Leadership Forum.
Oh,
That
thank
was great.
you. Thank you
And
so much.
so I was raised here, then I moved away, Los Angeles, lots of different places, moved back here about 15 years ago. And I received my holistic life coaching certification around that time. I also have my real estate license, so I was doing real estate. But I've always been drawn to the psyche of the mind, and I knew probably about 10 years ago that I wanted to help people. And my first book, I speak a lot about how I was in a fear-based mindset most of my life. I had an abusive father, which I share in my book. And so I've been on both sides. And now that I'm on the other side, I'm so passionate about helping people because I know how
Yeah.
afraid and alone I felt. And
But
there
you
is
can
a way
relate
out.
to it. I mean,
can
personally.
completely relate. I mean, I'll watch a commercial or something, I'll start crying. My son all the time is like, "Mom, really?" I mean, my heart, I feel for that. And I remember not thinking there was a way out. And when I was growing up, there weren't really people that spoke about this. You could go to a therapist, and I did that, but that didn't resonate with me.
Right.
And then I got very spiritual. I got my master's in metaphysics. That's when the dots started connecting.
Yeah, and see, people need different things. Morgan, is it true? Does she cry a lot? And there's the truth, and there's the high sign.
Diplomatic answer.
Well, I can't thank you enough for being here, and I hope I get to see the second book.
Yes.
Oh, it's amazing.
Looking forward to
I read
that.
the preface, couldn't put it down.
Good.
I wanted more.
Yeah,
good.
I'll get you a copy, I promise.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you,
And then
Patty.
I sometimes I do Patty's Pick, and it can be a play, it can be a movie,
Oh.
it can be lots of different things.
Okay, that would be great.
Fantastic.
Thank you both.
Thank
Okay,
you
thank you,
so
Patty.
much.
And we will go now to Father Howard Lincoln. Father Lincoln?
In 1903, grace is a long time ago, the Wright brothers flew a flying machine a short distance, really just a few feet off the ground. It was a very significant beginning. Wilbur Wright, though, died in 1912 without really any idea of how far aviation would progress in the 20th century and the 21st century. Orville lived until 1948, but even he did not get to see the huge jets which fly so safely around the world. Yet it all started with them. It all started with them. And all started with them because God gives us gifts. And one of the gifts that God gives us is the concept, the idea of being rational. God gives us rationality, our ability to record our experiences and really to transcend our experiences to learn from what we do and to grow better. And so throughout history, we've gone from the fire to the wheel to the boat and finally to flying and the Wright brothers, and then on to a jets and a spaceship to the moon. And our progression grows more and more with each year. When I was just a little kid, I vaguely remember we had party lines. There was like 4 or 5 families that had the same phone. We did not even have a private telephone. Now I have a cell phone or a smartphone or an iPad. Later on, when I first started working, I had an old typewriter in college. Now, of course, I have a computer. When I was very little, there weren't even credit cards. And cars were really only good for about, I don't know, 50,000 miles. Now I have a car with all this computer gadgetry, and the truth is, I don't even know how to use it all, what buttons to push, what they do. I remember as a youngster, we defrosted food by taking it out of the freezer, and we put it on the stove and stir it constantly, just stand there in a pan until it got hot enough to eat. Now, of course, we have microwaves. Sometimes I think it's important to remember and be thankful for those who went before us and who initiated all the stuff that helps us live today.
Thank you so much, Father Lincoln. Father Howard Lincoln, Sacred Heart Church, one of the greatest men I know, truly. You know something, I was looking and realizing that today's the 24th of January, and so a month ago, wonderful things were happening, of course, for Christmas, Hanukkah, all the holidays, but I really wanted to say a special thank you to everybody at Ironwood Country Club, because we took our part of our family there for the Christmas tree lights. It was amazing, singing the Christmas carols, and our table got to do the number 9 on the chain, and it was just beyond awesome. I can't tell you. It was so great. And so I hope that Chris and Josh and everybody at Ironwood knows that you're really appreciated. And I hope you know you're appreciated. We love you and thank you, and happy January, almost going to February 2015. Much love.